What piece of advice would you give to a person in their 20s? When I was 22, I was working at a job I hated. I was barely making enough to get by, and my boss was a jerk. One day, he yelled at me in front of everyone for something that wasn't even my fault. I was so embarrassed, I went to the bathroom and cried. I was about to quit, but I needed the money. I called my dad and told him what happened. He said, "Son, you can either quit and find a new job, or you can stay and let this make you stronger. But whatever you do, don't let this guy get to you. He's just a bully." I decided to stay. I worked harder than ever, and eventually, I got promoted. My boss was still a jerk, but I didn't let him get to me anymore. I knew I was better than him. A few years later, I got a job at a different company. I was making more money, and I loved my job. One day, I ran into my old boss at the grocery store. He looked terrible. He had lost his job, and he was going through a divorce. He looked at me and said, "You were always a good worker. I was just jealous of you." I felt sorry for him. I realized that he was just a sad, lonely man who took his anger out on others. I forgave him, and I walked away.